Knight comes back to e5. The bishop is attacked. And do you want to really save the bishop? Bishop h3 played. He saves it and keeps his bishop on a good square. Now, if you take on d5, that's really not a great idea. Knight e3, and you will lose the bishop. So Arjun plays king h8, moving his king to the side. But for Arvind, it's all about now coordinating his forces. He pushes his pawn to d6. The downside of this move is that the bishop opens up, but the upside is that the pawn is just an absolute monster there on the d6 square. Look at Arvind like a hawkeye looking at the position. He has only problem that he has is his time. He has 3 minutes 17 seconds. And now with the clock ticking down, he needs to be very, very careful about his time. He plays rook f4. I like how he's organizing his pieces on good squares. Rook comes to f4. And let's see what Arjun does. He activates his queen to g5. He's planning to bring the rook to g8 next. Now Arvind plays his knight to e7. He stopped the rook from coming to g8 and attacking the pawn on f6. That's his plan. Rook to g7 played. And now rook takes f6. The pawn is hanging. But Arvind has just 1 minute left. He takes the pawn. And an important variation is that after queen e3 check, queen f2, you can't take the bishop because of check blocking the rook, and I'm going to pick up your queen. So that's the reason why you can't do this. He brings rook g8, but isn't the rook hanging there on g8? Well, Arvind looks at the clock, looks at the board. He's like, I'm going to take this, but let me think through first. Is there any trap that Arjun has set here? Not really. Let me pick up the rook. He takes on g8. And Arjun takes back. There are no real threats left here. And white is totally winning. Arvind can be very clinical with rook f8 and he plays it. He's trading his one rook which was active, and now Arjun brings his knight to d3. And this is game over now. There's nothing much left, but you just have to finish it off cleanly. And I love the calmness with which Arvind is thinking here. He's just going through all the options. Takes first the rook on g8. King takes g8. And now you can simply play queen e2. Looks like a strong move here. But also, why not just push the pawn forward? It's a strong pawn. There are no threats. He goes d7, threatening later to queen. And now Arjun plays queen e3 check. The only thing that can be avoided is king h1 because of queen h3 check, and then you lose the d7 pawn. But of course Arvind can play king h2, which is also completely winning. But there's also a very cute queen sacrifice, which is starting with queen f2. Because knight f2, you make a queen here and you are completely winning because you then will win a piece. So Arvind thinks for a bit. He has 1 minute 47 seconds. He plays queen f2. If knight takes, I make a queen with a check. Next move take here. Arjun resigns and Arvind scores a huge upset in the tournament. The top seed and world number 2, Arjun Erigaisi, has been stunned by the latest entrant in the 2700 zone of Indian chess. Arvind Chithambaram has scored a massive win. The local boy from Chennai has done it. And now he's just half a point behind the leaders in this tournament, Aronian and Arjun. Who knows? He might try and fight for the top spot tomorrow. But for now, kudos to Arvind for playing a fearless game to beat Arjun.
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out.